Hey, how's it going?
The store's name is synonymous with secrecy, but word is spreading
Hot classics?
about Sub Rosa.
And then that's it for another 2 minutes.
The bakery at 25th and Jefferson is fast becoming a landmark beyond Churchill.
That's a nice one, huh?
Tempting tarts and fresh flatbreads draw hungry customers far and wide.
I probably am here 1 or 2 times a week.
Bakers Evrim and Aveen Dough, yes, Dough, opened in 2012.
Once we found this kind of perfect spot on multiple levels, then it became really real.
In 6 years, the siblings and their custom brick oven have attracted national attention.
The ingredients on all of them is the grain, water, and salt.
And that's it.
100% from our mill.
Sub Rosa is contending for a James Beard Award,
Wow, really? Cool.
which is akin to an Oscar in the food industry.
These are quiche, little individual quiche.
The pastries are incredible, so it's easy to see why. My friend was just saying that she's here. She said that it could have been better than the one she had in Paris, so I think that's pretty good.
No loafing here.
Start to get muscles doing this.
The day's long, the work grueling, especially in the early days.
There was no time that we left, really. We would just go upstairs to sleep.
But the doughs never let the flour-covered routine weigh them
We
down.
call it bakery sitting.
The children of Turkish immigrants, Evrim began by selling his artisanal breads at farmers markets.
And this is how you stay fit as a baker. You just don't stop moving.
Aveen learned pastry making from scratch.
The idea is just to move the top to the bottom and the bottom to the top.
The dough's secret? Need natural ingredients with lots of passion.
When you're in the trenches together, you get along because you have to. And we just naturally get along too.
The brother and sister may be rising to the top, but their journey has been anything but a cakewalk. 5 years ago,
April 3rd, 2013.
their phones rang in the middle of the night. The bakery was burning.
It was just a tenant of ours saying, the building's on fire. That's the only, and then it hung up. And I, just leaped out of bed.
A discarded cigarette ignited the building.
And I see everybody lined up watching. The neighborhood was kind of out.
I just remember running to the firefighters and asking, is everyone okay?
The dough's business was going up in smoke and watered down.
We come in and the oven, which is this symbol of, the fire and hearth, has water dripping on it as if it's raining inside. I mean, that's surreal.
Damages topped more than $400,000. But not once did the doughs consider walking away.
We were just so in that cycle that we just couldn't imagine not being open somehow.
Customers and other business owners rallied, raising nearly $30,000 towards repairs.
There's a sense of community, but then there's almost a sense of family. And when you go through a crisis, you see the difference between the two. It makes it vibrant, makes you feel like you want to stay here.
Awesome, thank you.
9 months removed from the fire, Aveen and Evrim relit the oven,
But when we reopened, we had a line all the way around the door.
much to the delight of their growing clientele.
The food's delicious.
Aveen and Evrim share a bond thicker than dough, building on their reputation while baking a legacy.
Sometimes it'll be important for us to just stop and say, so how are you doing?
Yeah. How's life?
How is life?
Despite the recognition and nomination, they remain humble.
It's very satisfying.
These siblings are only letting their success go to their bread.
That makes us want to keep going, keep doing what we're doing and do it better.
Everybody got to be someplace. I just soon be here.
Tom Rhodes' love affair with golf
This is Max Fly,
runs deep,
Top Flight, Titleist.
but no driver or 3-iron here, just a chisel.
I can't play golf, so I just destroy their balls.
1,000 customized golf balls later,
You never run out of materials or ideas for carving.
the retiree truly is whittling away his golden years and everything else.
Here's an endless chain. I don't know what good it is.
The 80-year-old hones his skills in a man cave several hours a week.
I like to make Christmas presents and birthday presents and stuff for people because, it beats giving them a toaster or something. I mean,
Tom doesn't sell his works, he gifts them.
it seems to make their day, and of course it makes my day too.
The former VDOT engineer has been perfecting his hobby since his days as a Cub Scout.
It's a footstool.
But not all of Tom's creations are born inside his studio.
It's so enjoyable to me is the quiet and the peacefulness and solitude.
On 11.5 secluded acres, nestled in the heart of the Northern Neck.
The Enchanted Forest, and I think that name is perfect. I love it.
Under watchful eyes, Tom is proving to be a cut above.
Well, I say the whole, from beginning to finish, about 5 hours.
Working on his 50-foot canvases, 80 wooden characters have taken shape since 2004.
I can't sing, teach, preach, dance, arrange flowers, cook, nothing else. It's the only thing I can do, man.
From Potter and Pirates to SpongeBob and Shrek.
Yeah, you do feel an attachment to them.
The Michelangelo
Dream on, boy.
of Maple's Enchanted Forest
Everybody knows that they're welcome here.
has been discovered
Spider-Man!
just the way he envisioned.
I'm pleased that other people can find some pleasure in my efforts.
I personally like all of them.
The Lewis brothers,
I like trying to remember where they are.
Connor and Quinn,
I think the path comes on over here.
along with Mom Michelle, is just one of the many families who visit,
Pluto! Pluto! Pluto!
scavenging for treetop treasures.
Hey, there's one right there. Oh, Ninja Turtles! Oh, he's got some gold teeth.
I think when you find somebody as giving and capable and willing to share that with others, that's unique in this world for sure.
I mean, I guess we could pop up here.
As these modern-day Huck Finn and Tom Sawyer prove,
I bet it takes him a long time
there's always something new to spot.
because he does all these wonderful, wonderful paintings. Connor, you want to come down here? So, yeah. Let's see what my brother sees.
Probably the greatest things in life that we can do is make other people happy.
But it's Tom's handiwork far away from the forest
Well, this was last November in Haiti also.
he calls most satisfying.
I think of the people that I've met and learned to love.
57 mission trips to some of the most impoverished places in the world.
There are people that are in need, and I've been so blessed I've got to share it with somebody.
Building schools and homes in Haiti and Tanzania.
It's a bond that stays with you. They're neat people.
Tom also teaches his craft so new friends can scratch out a meager living.
Absolutely, yeah. It's one of the few things where I feel like my life has meaning and purpose.
The Picasso of Pine
Absolutely. Yeah, it's one of my favorite things to do.
doesn't predict how many creations he has left in his tools and seasoned hands. No matter, Tom Rhodes has already carved a masterpiece,
It is nice if something will outlive you.
his legacy.
Yeah, it's good if you can leave something that's lasting.
He is the mountain that the federal judiciary is built upon.
Tapping into the past.
We're extraordinarily fortunate here at the John Marshall House because it really never left the family's hands.
Poring over a new approach to interpret a colossus of the courts.
He and his family lived here from 1790 until he passed away in 1835.
John Marshall, the Chief Justice credited with shaping the Supreme Court,
This is John Marshall's family dining room.
slept, ate, and sipped inside his home at 9th and Marshall.
He did love to drink, and he loved to drink with friends and colleagues.
The judge's favorite libation?
Well, he had a taste for Madeira that's well known.
Madeira, a fortified and punch-packing wine from Portugal.
I have zero doubt that he was drinking Madeira in this very room.
Jennifer Hurst Wender with Preservation Virginia
It's remarkable. This is one of the most fun objects that we have in our collection.
says some liquid gold from the early 1800s survived.
Just to kind of imagine that this liquor could have been enjoyed by John Marshall and his contemporaries. It's really neat.
Modern-day drinkers in Richmond may soon be able to toast the judge with a taste from his collection. 5 miles away,
Wake that yeast back up. So what I'm going to do is pour the liquid yeast into this wort.
and 183 years after Marshall's death,
That's a habitable zone for the yeast to thrive.
Danny Fain at Ardent Craft Ales soaks in yesteryear.
I'm blending history and beer together, and it's a way of sharing the past.
The brewer hoping to serve up the 19th century.
Yeah, I'm getting a little nervous, you know, we're getting close to it.
Later this month, a biologist armed with a syringe will remove a small sample of Marshall's Madeira.
I love recreating historic recipes.
The goal, grow enough of the nearly 2-century-old yeast for batches of 21st century suds in a city awash in craft brews.
It's beer, it's history, it's science. It's a great thing.
Danny says the chances of propagating the yeast may be slim, but it's worth a shot.
To have a story behind what you're drinking, I think people really dig that, especially here in Richmond. There's a lot of history.
Back at John Marshall's home, historian Jennifer Hurst-Wender is bubbling with excitement.
I'm very much looking forward to it.
The pint glasses filled with possibilities seem endless.
John Marshall is one of the most interesting historic figures that I can think of in this country.
With fingers crossed, Jennifer says the project will at least humanize one of Richmond's most towering figures.
Well, that's our hope. That is our hope.
Raise the glass. It's an experiment proving history is rarely dry.
I think that John Marshall would be so on board. I think that he would be first in line to try the end product, absolutely.